Hi, it's Thad with Little Way Nurseries in Avon, Ohio. Wanted to talk a little bit today about some of the things that we're doing here at the end of February. We're finishing or trying to get through all of our perennial cutbacks, all the dead foliage. As you can see, we got bloodgrass here, and we got this dead top that we need to cut out so the new growth can come up through, and we're ready to ship them. Behind me is one of our trimmers that we're using. We're trying to find more mechanization. This is a trimmer that we had years ago that we used on like azaleas and some things like that. We've kind of retroed it a little bit, and we're now using it for perennial cutbacks. So it's a carousel. It helps hold it up. We put a electric trimmer on it so that we have continuals go through, and we can reduce the number of people that we have and collect all the cuttings in one spot, more centralized. That's that at Willow Way. We went over to our canning barn. It's a little cold in here. So see my breath, but we have a return system here, seed system, so any soil that doesn't go in a pot circulates around. We're doing it's cold out today here in Avon. It's in the low 20s, so we can't bring live plants in and out. So we're inside one of our growing ranges here, and we're setting down. We're growing bare root perennials. We're canning up here on the line right now, and so what we want to do is put fertilizer on them. Sometimes we'll put rice hulls for weed control on them. And kind of, you can see the table there where we've got the roots that we're canning up. As we'll unpack those, they're putting them in the pots. All right, we've moved down the line a little further. As you can see right here, we've got some brushes that clean the side of the pot. And what we do with that is get the dirt off, anything that's on it. So there's a clean surface, so our label applicator can put the label on the barcode of what the plant is. We're also scooping on fertilizer. It's a slow release fertilizer, 4 to 5 months. And what that does is that helps us so that the plants have the right amount of fertilizer and nutrients available through the growing of the perennials. And when you ship them to you, that you have fertilizer, you don't have to add more fertilizer. Later on in the season, we move to a 3 to 4 month. That way we've got feeding, and then August 1st we'll cut down, and then we end up anything canned after mid-August, we stop using any fertilizer on altogether. Hey, so we've moved out to the range. We're putting this down. It's inside. It's attached to the canning barn. This is what we call our 3B growing range. We have 4 zones here. What that allows us to do is have and control different environments between the 4 zones. As you can see, we have lilies, bare root perennials in this range. We also have booms in this zone 3, so we can control specific water for specific crops. Some of the other zones we don't have that, but we use generally larger amounts. So this time of year we do a lot of bare root perennial, and those are for spring sales. So those are finished quick turns. Most of the perennials we're producing are on an 8 to 12 week window from canning to actual finish of the plant. So what we're looking at in a finished plant is we want to have it can full, well rooted in the pot so that it has established itself in that pot. So you're getting a fully developed plant when you buy a 19 centimeter or a trade gallon from us. Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things we do here at Willow Way that a lot of people don't know. We have a lot of cooler space, so we're moving plants into the coolers to hold them at peak for a while. Hellebores is a great example of this. You can see they've started to flower. They're just beginning. So this is pink frost, and we've got racks full of these, different varieties, Merlin, you name it, we got it in different colors. You can see here's another one flowering. This helps keep the shelf life better, but so hellebores want to get going really early when we're growing them. It's about a year turn crop for us. So generally in midsummer we can this up, and then it's ready the following spring. Unfortunately, our weather this year has been a little above average and then below average. And what it's done is kind of confused the houses a little bit. We haven't been able to get some of the houses. We've been up over almost to 60 already this year. So that's really warmed up the houses. We don't have like an air conditioner system in our houses. We have venting we can do, but when it's 60 outside, you're pulling 60-degree air in. Hellebores grow actively at starting about 32 to 34. and so they want to wake up and get going. So this is the cooler system is the way we have to grow this. These will stay in. We found that they'll do very well in a cooler like this for upwards of 2 months to 3 months. After that, they need to get out. They're kind of past anyways. In Europe, this Hellebores actually are alternate crop for poinsettias. So actually, Hellebores are more of a Christmas time plant in Europe. So one other thing I wanted to talk about with Hellebores is how they go. This is the old foliage. They break from down at the base and come up. It's very important to manage nutrients with Hellebores when they're in the stage like actively growing in the fall. That actually determines the number of leaf buds and also flower buds. So we get a lot more flowers when we do a little more. So we've set up a micro farm as well. These are pH sensitive, so they like to be a little more on the acidic side. So you may have to grow this in your soil with a little bit of like soil sulfur or pre-treating with aluminum sulfate in the soil to adjust the pH. But there's lots of buds. This is just getting started, and that's why we pulled it to the cooler, was to show you how many buds are actually down in there. Very long shelf life in the yard. Like if you put this out on a bench, this would bloom for quite a long time for you.